I'm gonna show you how to get from that regular 4-prong fluorescent to that LED. So first thing to do is take out that housing and the bulb. There's just 2 wires, pull down on the housing. It'll unclip, just pull the whole thing out. So remove the bulb and the housing. Once you got the housing out, you got 3 screws. 1 here, and there's 3 of them total. Remove those. Once you remove those 3 screws, you pull this housing down. Just like that. Now if you look inside here, there's a box. It's got a little push thing to open the box. Open it, remove that plate. And you're going to see a bunch of wires in there. And actually, on top of this light, there's a clip that holds that white housing in. There's 2 pieces right here. You pinch those, and it releases the white at the top in here. So go ahead and do that. All right. So once you get this released, you're gonna have a few wires in here. So the copper one, you leave that one alone. Just push that one out of the way. So the white one, you may have 3, you may have 2 in here, but there's a little tiny one. All the wires that go to this, that come out of inside this box in here, oh, let me see that right here? Let me see. All the wires that are coming out of this, you're going to eliminate all those. So you need to pull all those little wires out of all these wires. There's one in the white, there's one in the black, these red ones, the blue ones. You need to remove all the ones that come out of here and separate all those. Alright, now I've got them all separated so you can see. So we have these 4 wires that go into this can, into this, through this. These 4 wires separated. And then you see I have all these separated. All these that are going to the back here, we're going to eliminate those. So clip off all the tips of these. So now I have all the wires for the ballast for the fluorescent right here. These ones are all clipped off and tucked in. See how they're all clipped off? We're not going to use those no more. We're only going to use these 4. And then you should have 1 or 2 here. Power in and power out to the next light. Don't touch the grounds. Those are fine. Just leave them like they are. So we're going to connect the blues, both of these blues to the white, and both of these reds to the black. The bloods run with the blacks. That's how we remember it. So the bloods run with the blacks. The whites go with the blues. Both of these blues. So connect all those. Oh yeah, here's another tip too. So these little wires are a pain in the ass to get into a wire nut. So I take my pliers, I put them together like this, and then I twist the wires together before I put them in there. Because see, now I'm not fighting 2 wires, I'm only fighting 1. So just connect this one to that one. Once you have all those connected, black to the red, white to the blue, you're going to tuck all that back inside this box and then replace the cover. So now we're working inside here. So this little guy, these 4 wires are just pushed into the back of this. So you're going to grab the top of each wire, holding the white piece, holding the wire still, turning the wire back and forth and pulling down on it, and it's going to work its way out. Or you can cut it off, but I like to pull it out because then I have more wire to work with. So I'm going to grab all these, twist until they all pull off, until this white connector comes off. Now I got the white connector off, as you can see. Now we're going to connect the reds and the blues together and make 1 wire. And we're going to connect it to the whip that came out of the new light batch. I'll show you that in a second. So this is the new thing that came in the new light. It has the bulb. There will be different ones. You can get the bulb one or the 2-prong fluorescent one. Doesn't matter. We're cutting this off. Cut it at the base. Right here. Cut it and strip it. Strip it like so. About that far. You can't have too much in the wire nut or the wire nut won't connect right. So just about, that much. And then twist these ends up nice and tight so they don't fray. Then we're going to connect this whip to the inside of here. So we know that the blacks run with the bloods, right? And then the whites go with the blue. So connect those. Anytime you do a wire nut connection, make sure you get a good bite on it and that twists the wires nice and tight. That way you know you got a good connection. A lot of times with these braided wires, they won't connect and they'll slip out. So you got to make sure you got a good connection. Make sure they're nice and twisted in there. So I'm going to move. So mine's nice and twisted in there. Make sure it's good and twisted. You got a good connection. Once you got that connected, just like that, you're going to push this housing back up in there and line up the screw holes. Push it back up in there just where it was. We're going to line up the screw holes. Go ahead and replace the 3 screws. Once you got your 3 screws put in, the can housing's back in. See on the new light, you got an orange connector. It goes to your orange connector, plug it in, and then you pinch these 2 things right here together and you slide it up inside here. See, the other end of this would go right next to that, and then that'll slide the can up. So mine's connected. I got my 2 wire pieces in there. From there the can just slides up and you're done.